But we're here. We're going to play some Final Fantasy VII Remakes thanks to the folks at Atreeyo Gaming. What's up, folks? As you heard prior, these are my impressions of Final Fantasy VII Remake on Steam. So Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade recently released, and I'm here to give you guys the 411 on everything. And thanks to the fine folks at Atreeyo, I was able to get a code for the game to give impressions, stream it, and review it. Of course, I couldn't beat the game in 4 hours, but I was able to get through a good chunk of it, up to like chapter 5, and give you my impressions of it. But before I continue with that, be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe in the video, hit the notification bell to stay up to date whenever we go live with any more content on this channel, and let's begin with the impressions. First things first, this is poorly optimized. Now, the first thing that I went through when playing it was that it was just not good. I launched the game up to many hitches immediately, and it was in the cutscenes. And then I got to the beginning part of the bombing run, and there was hitches there. There was a few hitches in combat around the beginning area as well, and it was just so disgusting. And I knew something was not going to be correct as I looked at the settings for it, and I knew the settings weren't good either, and the settings did not help to rectify any issues. So after I realized I could save at any point in time, I did check out and see that apparently there's a problem with HDR and DirectX 12. So I was able to go into the launch options on property for Steam and then put minus D3, D11, which activates it to DirectX 11 naturally. Doing so basically made it so that I could play the game much better. Now, here is the other caveat to this. If you're a casual player, you're not going to be able to get to this point, know what I'm talking about, or understand how to fix this issue. You're just going to go in the game, not be able to play it, be upset, request a refund. It's not good. It's not fun. It's a problem. And even so, I shouldn't have to go and jump through a hoop to get it to function properly. And I'm not like everybody else. This may differ from user to user, so best of luck to whoever decides to purchase this game and fully engage themselves into the experience of Final Fantasy VII Remake. So, I am not 100% sure if this is worth the purchase. Square Enix and their PC ports have a very poor track record. If you saw their port for Final Fantasy VII Remake on Epic, it apparently had the same issues. So they just ported that same game over without fixing any of the issues that were already present and literally made you pay the same exact price, this time on Steam, which is, it's downright disgusting. And I really wish Square didn't go through this, because there's no reason anybody who's working hard to play any game should have to suffer from this. PC players are getting the short end of the stick, and you can clearly tell it, at least from a Square Enix perspective. Now, this is fine, because if you're not a Square Enix person, you probably got a caveat of games to play. But for those who are wanting to play Final Fantasy VII Remake, it's just rough for you. Now, if you're talking purely the game, I've played the game on PlayStation 4 Pro, I've played it on PS5, and now that I'm playing it on Steam, the PS5 is the clear winner in terms of quality. It has the higher refresh rate performance, it has the better graphics, it has the stability. You can tell that Square put all their time and research into making sure that the console version of their game runs the best. And unfortunately, it does not translate well to PC. Hopefully somebody in Square's PC department, or just in the company in general, gets it together and realizes that they have players on PC for all of their games, not just Final Fantasy VII Remake, but Final Fantasy 16 whenever that comes out, for Final Fantasy VIII Remaster, for Chrono Cross, you name it, Nier Automata, you name the game, there has been some consistent issue. The only PC game that has been consistently good with minimal issue has been Final Fantasy XIV Online, and that's a problem. It's not a problem for them because they're still getting money, but it's a problem because there's so many games that they have that are just not translating well. Now, the best part I can say about this game, the good, is that it's still Final Fantasy VII Remake. If you've played Final Fantasy VII Remake, you know that the game is fun. You know that the game is very enjoyable. The characters come to life in a way that is so magnificent. It's magical. You're able to finally get the expressions and care that the characters actually have. The combat is fast-paced and it's interesting. This is probably the best Tetsuya Nomura combat that has come out since probably Kingdom Hearts 2. And the world is beautiful. It's stunning. I was playing the game at a resolution of about 1440p. On stream, it didn't quite translate as well, but man, it was gorgeous. I made sure to run it at a stable 60 frames a second because I didn't want to just jump too far into the pool with a higher refresh rate. I just wanted to keep it stable, keep it at what I'm familiar with and better than what I first started playing with. And I'm still going to play it on PC. My experience so far has been stable after switching it over to DirectX 11. But having it start off on DirectX 12, and a lot of computers are just not ready for that, it's just in poor taste. It's not good. I don't know why they thought this was the option. There isn't even an option to optimize the game for your computer. There's no optimization settings. It's just, it starts at 1920 by 1080. You put the settings at whatever you want, and you just run wild. And because of that, it really hinders the performance of the game. So with that said, I cannot, in good faith, actually recommend this game to anybody. I really wish I could recommend people to go out and spend their hard-earned money on Final Fantasy VII Remake on PC, but you can't expect the game to be well enough worth the purchase. I feel bad for those who've invested time into this game and are expecting a quality product, but they aren't really getting a quality product as a result, and it's really, really unfair, and it's unfortunate, really, because the game is phenomenal. It's great. I find it fantastic. I love it. I'm gonna play it again, and I'm just saddened that so many people will not be able to have the same experience that I will. So until they decide to fix it, whenever that may be, don't go out and buy it. Just keep looking around, see if somebody releases like a fan patch, or if Square Enix actually decides to fix it. But until then, don't spend the money. Save your hard-earned dollars. Buy something different. Buy a cheeseburger, it's fine. Do whatever you want. Just don't buy this. And with that said, is there anything else that you're looking forward to? Maybe that's not Final Fantasy VII Remake on PC? Let us know in the comments below. Once again, like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell to stay up to date when we go live with other content on this channel. My name is Chris Panda, and I thank you guys for watching.